15x, something like that. Our pairing used to be, we used to be something like 1 to 11 or something like that. Whatever the ratio used to be, we skyrocketed. We went from $47,000 market cap to 4.2 million in like 15 days. It was a great run up. People couldn't take profits fast enough. There were $10, $20, $30,000 sells. Liquidity pools $1.5 million. You couldn't kill the price. You couldn't hurt the price. From there, we've been up and down. We've been down as low as 1.9 million. We went up to 6.1 million. But it doesn't matter about the numbers. We are interested in building something to build more value with Babydragonx. So that's my quick intro. And thank you for allowing me to be on your show, Mo. You're a super busy guy. I think you've already streamed in the last 24 hours, haven't you?
I try and stream every day now at this point.
Every day, yeah?
Yeah, I'm trying. I do my best. I think some days I'm at like 5 or 6 days a week, but
gotcha.
Trying, man. Yeah, but you also had days where you had 3 streams in one day.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Even more.
Yeah, possibly. Look, it's not the time to sleep.
Right.
It's one of the things that I'm harping on is you think about all the work that we put in the last 10 months. That's what brought us to where we are now. If we want to go 10x from here as a community, we got to put in 10x the work.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm trying to stream every damn day. Absolutely.
And shout out to you guys for all doing it. We pretty much came in late. In hindsight, I wish we pulled the trigger a year ago, to be honest. But we were so invested into Pulse Chain and the whole ecosystem there that, but we did partake in Titanx from day one. We were all very familiar with it. We were all very familiar with JKX. We've been in the community for a long time, so everybody was already acquainted to one another. So when he came out with Titanx, it was pretty much, especially when you read the white paper, it was a no-brainer. Behind the scenes, everybody was like, oh my God, I have no idea how this guy pulled this off, but God, props. So we were lucky to get in early. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's funny you said that. That makes me think a lot of times you see something that's, how do I put this? It was so, it was almost very simple, the concepts. It wasn't a simple thing what he did, but the concepts were so simple that he did to create Titanx. You're like, how has this never been done before? This is so genius to put them all in the same pot. So the white paper was a big light bulb moment for a lot of us because you're like, oh, of course, take this. This is, why hasn't this been? It was a big light bulb moment. And I'm like you, I'm one of the Pulsicans that came over here and started participating. I was just so excited and started kind of documenting my journey in this because I'd never been in any day ones. And I was so pissed off that I missed all the early stuff. And all that. But I was like, oh my God, Titanx. Oh, I'm in day one. And so I just started talking about it. And
early.
I was stoked, man. So
I mean,
here we are a year later.
Yeah, the people within, let's call it the Richard Hart ecosystem, they are extremely bright because they were taught crypto the correct way. They were taught pretty much everything the correct way. Liquidity, the monetary system, how everything is intertwined holistically. So when people like that have been in crypto for years, listening to objectivity instead of subjectivity, the moment that white paper from Jay came out, if you're already in crypto for a long time, as soon as you read it, it's like, man, it's time to get bullish on this, for sure.
That's a great point. Actually, almost all the knowledge that I gained before I got to Titanx, 99% of it came from the Pulse Chain community.
Same.
Teaching each other and all that. Yeah. Definitely.
I'd say for myself, I was not heavy in Pulse Chain, but I was in like 5 projects, 3 of which did really well because I got in early and I kind of knew the team from a while back. So yeah, I got in a couple of those, and it was just fun over there. Like I hear some people say like that there's arguing. I kind of never really got to see that, so I don't know. Maybe I don't follow the right arguing people, but I had fun over there because I was in groups that like people making money. But I learned everything I know about fair launches from Zen. Love it or hate it, that's where I took my education. So, and I like what I saw, and I only did like 5 chains. But I did like 400 wallets
only did 5
before,
chains.
before the Zen NFTs came out. You had to have a separate wallet for each one. So I didn't want to wait. And I was max miner.
How do you manage 400 wallets? I mean, I got a decent amount of wallets.
So Google Sheets. By the way, it was only a max of 250 wallets per Chrome profile. So I had one in Firefox, had a couple in Chrome. So yeah, they weren't all in one MetaMask. It lags. Back then I wasn't using Rabbit. There wasn't.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So once you get to like 150 wallets in MetaMask, which I do not recommend at all, it starts to get laggy. So yeah, I had a bunch of, but I had it in Google Sheets, and they're exporting. And there was a crypto.io or something like that. You could put all your addresses in there, and it would tell you when it was going to be due. So, and that was like I forget the name of it, but it was a Chinese community. There was a Discord, and they had a free app. I donated to it also. So that's how I kept track of it. Yeah, that's how you keep track of it. Otherwise, 450, 600, no, you can't keep track of it.
Yeah, I know my buddy Vibra is really invested into Zen from literally day one. And he was screaming it from the rooftops. And even though everybody kept on complaining about Zen, he just sending me screenshot 3x here, 4x here. You start off with only a couple of dollars and it becomes $15. But do that times 400, like you're saying.
Yeah.
3x on $5 times 400 is a lot of money.
Some of those chains, like everybody's like, oh, ETH. Okay, ETH and Polygon. Some of those chains did insane numbers. If you were over those, if you were in, like, I don't know if it's a maximum or it was 12 or 13 they finally got on. If you were in like 6 or 7 chains, you were almost guaranteed to hit a hot one. But, a lot of people complain about one thing and then that's all they look at. So unfortunate for them. Thank you, Crypto Compassion. Let's go build. Well, the building is done. The building is done for scale, and the launch is coming on November 5th. And we're even going to announce the time on Mo's. As we go through things, we're going to announce the time. I like to do like one fresh announcement per stream. And the first one was with Caleb, and the second one here is with the Mo.
We got. So that is I got the link you sent me. What,
yeah.
You want me to pull up Scale white paper?
So that will be perfect. You'll hit that Scale white paper right there. By the way, because we've had some challenges with X and we kind of lost access to an email account and an X account, make sure you go to that link tree, the one with the black background and the 5 links. If you see a link tree with a green background, that's one we lost access to. So nothing's updated there. So don't click those links. They won't take you anywhere. They won't take you to the right places, should I say. So we probably want to start at the beginning. Are we okay to start? We're going to kick it off?
Yeah.
Awesome. So, like I say, every paper has an abstract. Back in high school or college, whatever you did. So basically, what we want to talk about, the Scale protocol. First, we had Dragonx is like the big uncle, like the big brother. Right? Babydragonx obviously is the little nephew or little baby. And Dragon Scales are the first component, the first built in the Dragonx community, and Scale is meant solely to bring immense value to Babydragonx. Immense value. Scale itself will be a great token. It'll be a great token to hold with reflections and all these other things, but Babydragonx is going to benefit greatly from it because of the huge high-end burn. Oh, 20 more people in here. We do an 88 million Titanx giveaway. So that'll be nice. So we up to 80 already. That's perfect. I want to give away a lot of Titanx, by the way. We gave away 5 times 88 million Titanx on Calum stream. there's no limit. We'll go as high as it has to. If we get 1,500 people in the stream, there will be 15x winners. And we won't be doing duplicate winners like we did on Calem's stream. We allowed that. We're not going to do that this time. So let's just say that Scale was built solely, or primarily. Who's this? I don't recognize people by their faces, actually.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Cryptos is so Compassion just joined us.
And there's no name. Compassion. Wonderful.
Much love, brother.
Yes,
Continue on. Continue
there
on.
We go.
Brother.
There's the name.
There you go.
Sorry.
Bam.
There's the name and everything. Everybody's got a beautiful background except me because I don't have a green screen and I'm in the wrong country.
I don't have a green screen. I'm getting one, but because you can see it not really.
Yeah, he's actually in the Matrix.
Yeah.
I feel like we may already all be in the Matrix. I think I kind of subscribe to that Elon Musk wildness that there's only a 1 in a 2 billion chance that this is quote base reality. There's not much chance of base reality, but
Yeah.
Anyways, back to reality. So basically, Scale is meant to be completely deflationary. We're going to be reducing supply and greatly reducing supply and scarcity of Babydragonx. So let's slide on over into the overview, or maybe the launch.
Yeah, launch.
I believe launch. Okay, so as everyone probably knows, I was a 1/3 founder of Element 280. So the dude, I invited the dude to come. He may be in the chat, so let's keep an eye out for that guy. He is eligible, by the way. That handle is eligible to win if they happen to win. Only my team is not eligible, so anyone else is eligible to win. So in order to mint this Scale, it is going to be a 14-day fair launch, just like Babydragonx. You are also going to be able to select mint with ETH or mint with Titanx, your choice. We are going to, we just want to make it easy, let's try to make it easy. The easy buttons. The easy buttons are like one of the new buzzwords, and we're trying to make this easy as possible. So the launch will occur on November 5th, and we have just today decided that it will be at 5 p.m. UTC. So that will be up there. We didn't update the white paper yet because we wanted to save it for the stream. So we will be having a live stream that will kick off 1 hour before, and it'll run through. Even though it's a fair launch and you don't have to rush things, we're going to be on there an hour before, answering questions, just seeing how things go. And the minting period will be 14 days. Basically the same as Babydragonx. That worked out well. Dragonx, I think, was a 12-week mint, and that was fantastic for different reasons. We feel that probably everyone who wants to mint Scale will do it within the 14 days. For those of you who may not know, the gas was a challenge for Babydragonx. Gwei was 180, Gwei was 200. It cost between $40 and $100 to mint Babydragonx. And we were very concerned when we only had 30 minters because gas was so high. So we created what this was called a gas refund program. So like back in the 1970s, gas, petrol in America was outrageous and people wished they had a refund. So we decided to refund anyone who minted over 100 million Babydragonx fully on gas. We gave them all their ETH back, all of it. So we did that the whole way through. And just to let the cat out of the bag here that we already did on Calem's channel, even though gas is pretty low now, we are still going to run a gas promotion. So we have to, you actually got to see what Gwei is. If it's more than like $10, $15 to mint, we'll do a fantastic gas promotion.
I'm hitting all the wrong buttons there.
Oh, no problem. Let me get back to the white paper though, because I'm kind of pontificating about where we were back then. However, we want to do the maximum possible to encourage people to mint. Use your ETH, use your Titanx, and if gas is a little high, we're going to have a gas promotion because I love those things. So off to the snapshot. Now, let me just say, not everyone is a fan of snapshots. Some people love them. Some people say, no, snapshots is not, maybe the principles, or I don't like them. That's okay. That's fine. But the way we're doing this is there'll be a snapshot taken between the 28th and, obviously the 5th is the launch date. It may have already happened, right? So you will know 24 or 36 hours before launch, we will announce not only when the snapshot occurred, but we minted an NFT within, I don't know if we hit the same block, but it may be the block right after. So we did a snapshot on, let's call it block number 1, and then we minted an NFT with very high gas, 30 seconds later. So I don't know if it's in the same block or the next block. So we've captured it. We have an NFT minted, and we're going to use the exact output of the read of the snapshot of the wallets. So it's an NFT, it's captured forever, and that'll be available as within 36 hours of the 5th. Written on chain. We're trying to do a lot of stuff on chain, keep it all on chain. So, we're not going to go through all these numbers here. People have been asking a lot of questions. It's hard to explain things without, your personal question being asked. But basically, if you hold Babydragonx, or you hold Dragonx, or you hold Dragonx hybrid NFT, you will get a bonus. You will get a minting bonus of additional scale. Could be as low as 1.5%, could be as high as 5%. And that is additive. So if you've got 2% of a bonus because of your Babydragonx in a wallet, and you've got 3.5% because of your Dragonx, that'll be 5.5%. So that's basically it. If you like I said, it's per wallet. So if you're one of those people that have like 3 to 4 wallets and you got your stuff spread out, each individual wallet would have a separate bonus.
Okay, sounds good. Compassion, Morpheus, either you guys got any questions so far?
I think it's really interesting, and what I especially like is the fact that you could use ETH as well. We are now within a position that everybody starts to realize, wait a minute, I don't want to give up my Titan X. I don't want to give up my Dragon X. How am I? People are juggling what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So having that option for ETH, I think is brilliant. It's also a way to bring in new economic energy into a system instead of using or rehashing old economic energy. So I think it's brilliant. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The rest is pretty straightforward. It's something we've known with some small tweaks that it's perfect. So I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Thanks for that feedback. Yeah, appreciate the feedback. How about you, Crypto Compassion?
Yeah, I'll definitely echo that. As far as I like the ETH aspect, it definitely gets back to, if you're talking about electricity, it's like the main voltage line, if you will. And like you said, it's coming into that cycle and that moment where people are looking at their precious, Titan X or their precious, you know what I mean? Like, no, I don't want to, and again, I like the attention to detail. Bottom line is you're crossing your T's, you're dotting your I's. So very good on you on that front.
Well, I'll tell you what, thank you for that feedback also. It is a team effort, right? Yep. A community member came up with the idea. The original idea was we love to ideate in the Babydragonx community. And the original idea came from a community member, and then we just honed it, and we brainstormed on it. We had VCs, we had some different things like that. We have a great advisor. I'd consider him one of the best advisors. He's been fantastic with tokenomics, and we ran this by quite a few founders. Founder chat directly to Jake, directly to Eric, and took their advice. They had some great advice. So this is a combination of all of that.
Did you say when the snapshot was? So
the snapshot between October 28th and November 5th is what is written in the white paper. Anybody who knows anything about crypto knows it will not be very near November 5th. It'll be well before that, because you got to have the snapshot and you got to be ready for things and all that type of stuff. Like I said, the snapshot may have already happened, but it will certainly have happened well before November 5th. And we will be announcing approximately 36 hours before launch. We will say, here's the NFT. So by that time, you'll know.
Okay. Sounds good. We hit
All
our
right.
first 100. Do you want to
Oh.
start your first giveaway?
Let's
Think we
freaking go.
should. Think we should. All right. So, like I said, members of the team are not eligible for this. All right. So we are the first question giveaway, and I can't ask the same questions as on Caleb. So the question I was about to ask, I can't ask it because I see 5 people here who are on Caleb's. Let's see here. Okay. When you minted Babydragonx, what was the input token? Was it TitanX? Was it ETH? Was it DragonX? What was the input token? First person.
First answer. Let's go.
First answer.
Wow.
Trust
TitanX. Oh, there we go.
And it's a new name. That is a new name. Look at LB. LB was right there after him. And like I said, LB won on the other one stream too. So that's fantastic. I'm going to take a screenshot. Oh, by the way, Trust TitanX plan. If you don't mind, please enter your X handle, because that's how we're going to know it's you. Like, because just type your X handle there. You don't have to type your wallet, of course. So you type your X handle, and then you will be DMing me, JC. I'm trying to type it in the chat here. JC Tech Future. I've spelled it incorrectly. Hold on a second. Tech Future. Did I get it right the second time? JC Tech Future. Okay, so Trust TitanX plan. Congratulations on 88 million. And all you have to do is drop your Twitter handle there, and the team will capture it. And then you just send me a DM, and then you just send me your wallet, and you got 88 million. We have, because we are participating in Element 280, we have lots of TitanX. We love our TitanX, and we want to do great things with the protocol, but we're also willing to use it for marketing, especially on Mo's channel. We love what you do, Mo, and you've done some personal giveaways, and we're helping to give back.
Well, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I think I'm 2 away from doing 888 million. That was kind of my goal.
Wow, that's a lot.
Well, it's done by the community, because all the super chats that I get on YouTube and the X subscribers that I get, that's what that goes to. So every month, whatever's there, I'll buy a bunch of TitanX, and then I'll give it out to the community. So far, I'm
legend.
I've done 88 million TitanX giveaway. It's a good number.
Where else do you see these kind of things?
You really don't, right? I mean, not really. You see little $25 giveaways, or $100. Even I've done those. Like I've done those little things before. But you don't see people like doing it consistently. Like this, we're in today. What did you say, Mo? 370, 375, whatever day we're in. We're still going strong. Like the streamers are still going strong. The builders are still here. The builders are still building. You don't see this other places. You just don't.
No. Well, I've seen it before, but it was for a short, well, not really short period of time. But back in 2017, we saw similar things on a really small scale. We saw it in 21 with the Richard Hart ecosystem. We were extremely generous at that time. I have literally seen millions of dollars being given away in buying off houses, buying for medical bills. It's insane. And we are building on top of it. So I do believe that it's, somewhat contagious. And this is the result of it. And now we're just running with it. And like you're saying, the consistency is what solidifies everything. Everybody can do something for a week, maybe a month, and then they get tired, and then they slow down, and then they fail. It's literally like the meme with the leprechaun chopping for a diamond, and as soon as he's almost there, he quits.
Yeah.
That
It's like
close.
in
That
the
close.
tunnel. He's right
So
there in the
close.
tunnel.
That close. Yep.
Exactly. And you can see within the Titan X community that everybody learned from the past. And it's just key to keep on pushing, be consistent, and just be yourself. Be genuine. Like genuine real Mo. Freaking
Yeah,
legend.
like the genuine Romo. You can't get any more genuine than that. I just saw Mello Crypto in there. Mello has been fantastic. Mello has helped us out in so many ways.
Yes.
Right? You know, I can't even tell you all the things that he's done great for us in helping us getting listed. And this, I just noticed that the Mellow Crypto, what he said was, I like your polo. Serious, it looks comfy, but it also says business. So it's actually my least favorite polo, but the reason I wore it, it is comfortable. It is comfortable. The reason I wore it was because it looked when I had the virtual background, it didn't blend in with it, because if you have like a dark shirt on, you just completely all yours ahead. So that didn't look well. So I have on my.
I mean, that
least
might have
favorite
been
polo.
kind of cool.
Everybody loves this polo.
Just ahead of James.
I just don't like this. I just don't like this polo at all.
Too funny. Too funny, man. I love it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Shout out.
Crypto Compassion.
Yo, what's up, brother?
I'm distracted by your Oregon shirt. Are you guys on a bye week? Who are you playing today? What's going
No,
on?
we're playing Michigan today.
Oh, Michigan.
Yeah, we're playing Michigan. Yeah.
Stomp them, brother.
Yeah, that's in about it's in about oh goodness, it's in about an hour and a half. And so yeah, I got a football game going here. I'm making crypto merch for our community, for Titan X community today. Shout out to Mello, because he's helped us out in many of the stuff that we've done too. The guy's everywhere. He's doing everything, you know. I love the building. I love, just the, being able to support people and encourage and inspire people to continue to build and foster collaboration. Right. So. Yep.
Can I ask a question, Crypto Compassion? So the merch that you do, is this only for your projects, or can another team come to you with your expertise and all these types of things? And
yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Just to let you know, we haven't even hit the publish button. We have a catalog on the back end, and it is cross chain, and it is going to represent all brands, all logos. So it's gonna be Titan X, PTGC. It's gonna be Avalanche. It's gonna be everyone. Our goal and initiative is to incorporate buy pressure for particular projects through the merch. We're trying to figure out how to decentralize it, because it's difficult, but bottom line is, we're trying to create awareness for people to get excited about their projects. I mean, call it what it is. Sometimes it's kind of like cult clothing. You know what I mean? People are they're very excited and prideful about what they do. I've experienced a lot of in-life real meetups with the Hexagons, where we go to Vegas and people scream from the rooftops about what they're in, and we just had the 1 year anniversary with Titan X, and the thing that Titan X community needs to consider and think about is just think about the next in life real meetup you guys will have at like year 2, and how loud and exciting it will be. And you got Marco out there making hats, you got the merch. There's ways to really get people that are coming into the community and allow them to be excited about what they're in. And so, yeah, that's a long story about answering your question, but the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I like long answers to short questions. I tend to do a lot of those myself.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I sounded like Kool-Aid. I sounded like Kool-Aid there, like when you ask Kool-Aid a question and he goes, and he's just like,
I can't wait to meet him in person. Like, of all the people, there's a lot of
geez.
people I can't wait to meet in person. I really can't wait to meet him. I feel like we are very much going to connect. I just really, really, really feel it. So,
yeah. I mean, I don't think it's any. He goes. Obviously, his real name's Larry. Just to let you guys know.
Yeah.
I know everyone knows that. But yeah, meeting Larry in Las Vegas at the pool party, just having a good time. It is a blast, and I get. Here's the beauty about crypto. You can be as public or private as you want.
Yeah, yeah.
And so if people choose to be private, hey, more power to you. That's your sovereignty, your right within crypto as far as what we preach. Get into crypto for the right reasons, decentralization, just get away from corporate and government entities. Take back your power. But yeah, meeting Larry in person, he is a character. And when he calls at 3:30 in the morning on my cell phone, I pick up the phone and we talk. And well, it's just one of those things that get out and network, whether you're gonna be public or private and have a PFP, and that's I mean, look at with PTGC, you have the founder. You've never seen him on camera, but he's still networking. Is what I'm trying to get at. So I encourage people just to network, because your network is your net worth, and if you want to increase your net worth, well, go network.
It's as easy as that.
I just saw that Ohio State scored on your laptop. I'm a Penn State alum. God dang it. I want to let you know, James, this is how much I like you. I've never missed the Penn State Ohio State game since I've left college. Ever.
Wow.
I'm missing it for you, buddy.
I went to Penn State too. I didn't do all 4 years, but I also went to Penn State. University campus. Where'd you go? One of the. Did you go? Did I maybe pass you in the hallways? Maybe.
I think we were at different years, sir. But yes, we. And
what are you saying? You're younger than me, all right? Maybe you're 20 years younger than me. Okay, fine.
Yeah, I was at the Abington, Philadelphia campus the first year, and then I went to the main campus.
Yeah. Well, I was born very near the main campus, but moved away and all that. Hey, I saw some questions come through. Should I address one of them? One of them came from Mellow Cryptics asked him like a hard question here. Here we go. That's a good one. I love it. So the question is, do you think there will be any backlash for giving holders of BDX or Dragonx an extra incentive if we see some new holders coming in? So no FUD, just a question. I don't believe that's a FUD at all, not at all. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to incentivize those participating in the Dragon Kingdom. So you've had weeks and weeks and weeks, maybe a month and a half, I don't know, almost 2 months to decide, did you want to pick up a little bit of Babydragonx or Dragonx? Here's the thing. Even though you're incentivized a percent, 1%, 2%, 3%, if you don't hold Babydragonx, but you're going to mint scale, you're completely missing the boat. Like you're not reading things. You're not reading the white paper, right? Because scale was built to bring immense value to Babydragonx. You'll see it in the large amount of buy and burn that goes in. The Hydra miners that are created. It's all about buy and burn, buy and burn, buy and burn. Babydragonx is going to be extremely scarce. Extremely scarce. Maybe it'll be one of those first. So I think one of the tokens is like $1 or $1.50, right? Like maybe Tink is over $1, but there's another token also that's like over $1. Babydragonx could lose a couple zeros based on all this burning, the participation. We'll see how it goes, and I'll tell you why.
Financial advice.
None of it is financial advice. It is all pure conjecture. We're lucky any of this stuff works.
But yeah, I mean, you're telling me that Babydragonx can be one of the scarcer ones in this whole ecosystem? Sign me up. That's what I want to hear.
I'll tell you, and let me jump ahead and tell you why I say that. So if you have not been to the Dragon Hoard yet on the Babydragonx website, what you'll see on there currently is you'll see the marketing wallet, you'll see the future rewards wallet, and you'll see the grant wallet, right? So right in there is probably $300,000. It's $250 on rewards. Maybe it's $60,000 in grant. Forget the marketing. We're obviously going to spend that. What you do not see there is you don't see Element 280 yet. So Babydragonx is a 1/3 owner in Element 280. You're going to see a nice panel, nice chart there with the tokens we hold. Well over $200,000 in there in Element 280. Our 1/3 portion of that. Right? I don't know how many more days are left. 3 to 5 days, you're probably left in Element 280, and that thing's just going to keep on giving. So Jesus, we're down to 201,000. Whoa. So we don't spend anything in future rewards, by the way. The grant wallet is under 40,000. So there we go, because we've spent a lot of money to build this protocol. So Element 280 is going to be popped down there. We also minted in Element 280. We minted 7 rares, amped rares, which pop out like $1,000 every couple of days, it seems like. We also participated in Ouroboros. We also participated in Lotus. The list goes on. So when you go to the Dragon's Hoard, I've asked, our dev is a very hard worker, an extremely hard worker. And I've asked him, can you try to get that done before launch? Can you show people how much economic energy is behind all of this? As of a day or two ago, it was almost $600,000. 600,000. So whenever the market cap of Babydragonx was about 3.8 million between rewards and grant and Ouroboros and Element 280, it was like $580,000-$600,000. Obviously, that's not all going to buy and burn. We're going to continue to build projects. We have another collaboration that hasn't even been announced yet. We're going to do some great things that will all benefit Babydragonx and the Dragonx Kingdom. So Martinino said, I had the opportunity to mint Babydragonx, but I didn't because of high gas. So unfortunately, Martin probably didn't see the gas refund. It was too much. If I would have hesitated myself. But it literally, some people say the best ideas come to you in the shower. I was literally looking at our third, like on day 3, we had like 30 minters, and I said, I was, having a shower, and I thought, what if we remove the barrier to entry? How could we do that? What could we do? Well, we could refund the gas. And then I thought, how much could that possibly be? Well, I said, and then I thought, how about if we just run a program where we refund the gas and we say it'll top out when there's an 8% dev fee, so 1% went somewhere else. When the 7% of my dev fee, when the marketing wallet and when the expenses wallet is empty, that'll be the extent of the gas. I'll use all of it. And guess what? We used all of it. We used all of it for those 60 or some holders. And I'm glad we did. Anyone who minted early on, they're very happy. Like they're quite happy. Mm-hmm. So let's jump down into, so we got that allocation there. So this is going to be a little bit, pretty similar to what we did with Babydragonx. You use your tokens to mint a new token. So of this initial amount, 35% of the initial liquidity will be split in this manner. So you've got your initial mint of, $1 million, or let's hope it's $1 million, maybe more. So the initial amount will be split. And then underneath that 35%, Scale BDX LP will be the largest. That'll be a 60% allocation. Scale and Hydra will be 10%. Scale and Dragonx will be 10%. Scale and E280 will be 10%. And Scale and Awesome X will be 10%. We need to remove the last bullet point. I actually said that on Caleb's stream, but I didn't get to do it yet because we have challenging internet in Bali. We will be removing the Scale Viper potential LP. Obviously, that can't possibly happen. There will be an 8% dev fee. We pay people who participate, so advisors will be compensated, and our team will share in that. That is not James' fee. That does not go to James.
We've gone over that enough times. I mean, I think everybody understands that. If they have a problem with the 8% fee, they can try something else then, I guess.
They can go somewhere else.
This is how we do it without having sacrifices and pre-allocations and pre-sales and all that. So it is what it is. And this is the model that we've settled on for Meritocracy. So we're all happy with it. And this is what we're doing. So sounds good. I don't have a problem with that.
So at the end of this page, I think can I go through a couple of just pieces down there, and then I'd love to hear yours, Erwin's, and Crypto Compassion's. So 35% of the total mint, 35% is going to be converted into Dragonx, and we're going to slide that right over into the Babydragonx buy and burn. which is currently turned off. It's currently turned off. We run DAO votes to turn that on, and to what extent. So 35% of the whole mint is going into there in the initial 14-day fair launch. There will be a very tiny 1% genesis with no expectations. I'm keeping that basically for this gas promotion. That's pretty much probably what we'll go to. Here's where we are going to benefit other protocols. We are going to do a 5%. Titan X will be burned or given to the treasuries. So 5% for Dragonx, our heroes. Eric and his team, his devs, they're literally my heroes. Helios Vault Treasury, Dude is another one of my heroes. So 5% for each, 10% total. 11% will be allocated to start Hydra miners. We love Hydra idea so much that we couldn't wait. Probably about a month ago. So we participated on day one. We slid $10,000 out of the grant wallet, and we started 13 Hydra miners. Of the first 10 or 11 that we've collected, it was around $18,000 we pulled back out. So we already grew in those two. There's two left. I think we have to collect one in a couple days, and then we did one that was a 78-day miner, which that was pretty large. So we started a little bit early just to like kick the tires in there. On the Dragon Horde, you're also going to be able to see all the active miners. So if you're a Hydra miner, when you look at the Dragon Horde, you're going to see what the Dragon Horde holds in miners as well. Same with the Ouroboros. Okay, any comments about our, kind of our strategy there on the layout there? Anyone?
I like it. I like the new strategy of building, built out liquidity webs. Especially because I'm skipping ahead and I can see that you're going to have a transfer tax and sell tax. The liquidity webs allow a lot of volume from these R bots. And that tax gets generated and goes back to all of us in the system. And if you were on stream, or if you caught the stream that I did with Jake, I don't know, 2-3 days ago, he pulled up an example where it was something like $200 in taxes for the R bot to make $15 on its own. Like it made its $15 profit, but we got $200 in taxes out of that. And so that helped all those prices. So liquidity webs and taxes, as small as they are for the R bots, bring them on. Let's go. This is like my new favorite thing.
Yeah, and shout out to you as far as tipping your hat to the other communities and groups and founders and giving them a tip of the hat. And like you said, I think from everything I understand with Element 280, you guys are understanding the web completely. I take great note of PTGC and the web that you do. Sunny the Detective over there on Pulshin Land, where they understand the R bots and the ability to spread the web out deep and wide and collecting activity from the entire chain. So shout out to you on that one, man. Good on you.
Yeah, I learned a lot just now. One, that you're engaged or part of the Element 280 thing, which I
one third. So 1/3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that? Exactly. But I'm a big fan of Element 280. I'm a big fan of the innovation that we are creating on top of NFTs, using an old narrative and actually giving it utility. I think it's a brilliant idea. I think a lot of things could change quickly in the future on how we see those things and how we value them. So being in early, not financial advice, but we've seen it before in crypto. Things can go way longer and way further than you could ever imagine. So yeah, take advantage while you can. And did I hear something about Bali?
So I'm in Bali right now. It's because I live in Southeast Asia. There's different visa things, so I have to be in certain countries for a certain amount of times.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm in Bali right now.
He has to be in Bali.
He has.
Oh,
I know.
I have to.
I know how that sounds, but if I could, I would prefer not to travel as much. during, I mean, this is the launch is coming on November 5th. The launch is coming,
Right.
and I do have I'm the leader of a global protocol. So somewhere else. So I do have like a pretty busy day job. Traveling without, like, this is not a vacation. If it's a vacation, that's fine if I'm in Bali. This has not been a vacation, and the internet is tough. And my whole job is being on the internet. So I'm not complaining or crying. It's first world problems. But I'm just saying, if I had a choice, I wouldn't be here.
Right. No, I'm a big fan of Bali.
Oh, yeah?
I went to Bali like, what is it, over 18 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And we went there for almost 3 weeks. And this was the year I went in November or October. I'm not really sure, but late in the year when it's still really warm there, but it's freezing in Europe.
Mhm.
And so, and what was the point where I wanted to make? Oh yeah, the way of living there is mind-boggling. It's
Yeah.
eye-opening. I could not believe my eyes. I went to the, let's say, the pier, the boulevard where the Hard Rock Cafe is, the really long one. The
Oh,
beach.
yeah. Right.
Yeah. So, what I was saying, we went there the year after they did the bombing in Bali. So there
Oh,
was
the
this
hotel.
big
The
bombing.
hotel.
Yeah.
The
So
hotel.
where all the Australians died back then, the terrorist attack. And we went literally like a couple of months afterwards. So it was literally, Bali was deserted. It felt like we were the only ones in Bali. The way we were literally walking into a disco, into a disco or a bar or whatever, and we would be the only persons there. And still, even though we're only with 4 people, they would spin up everything and make it look, dude, they would make it look like you're freaking with a house full, only there were 4 people. It's insane. These people there are amazing. When I walked over the pier, what you will see is about 10,000 bikes, because everybody uses a bike there.
Everyone's on cycles. Everybody's on
With
cycles.
the helmet on the steering bar and the key in the ignition.
Yeah.
Where the freak do you see something like that? No crime.
It's really, it's absolutely true. And you know what I feel here? It is a very chill vibe. I mean, compared to my time in America, compared to my time when I used to work at IBM, I'm in a bunch of countries, like China, Australia, Japan, Singapore. It's like everybody's in a rush in the business and everything's pushing. Bali is not like that.
No.
Bali is extremely chill, extremely vibe. I'm sure that was a terrible time back then. I wasn't traveling.
No, it was amazing, to be honest. The people were amazing. And I haven't been there in 18 years, but I could imagine not really much has changed. But could be wrong, but
well, I'll tell you, it's I fly back to my next destination on Monday, so I'll be back to a place where I need to get a green screen because I do kind of like backgrounds, but it's all good.
Yeah, I'm literally gonna order one after this stream.
Are you gonna do it too? You're gonna do it too?
Yeah,
one
I
of
got
my
to.
team members just showed me his green screen. He said, James, it's only like 20 or 30 bucks. Do you have 20 or 30 bucks? Yeah, I do.
Exactly. Yeah, I got a whole list with green screen and lights, and you got to order this one, and then you're good. Oh, okay.
I finally got the right mic. I finally upgraded my camera. I finally
think
did
we
a
have
couple.
the same, no?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I love it. It's really good.
It's a really good microphone to read. Yeah. Crypto Kindness always said, I'm going to quote some people now. Crypto Kindness always said, audio is almost more important than your video, because if your audio is all treble and it's all crackly, people are they're going to tune back out. But if you got your audio going, they'll stick around.
We got to team up and get Eric a new mic then, because he had a rough mic yesterday.
Facts.
Was it rough?
Understatement of the year.
What's up, Kinetics?
Kinetics is in the chat.
Yo,
man.
Let's
he
freaking
is
go.
freaking awesome. Oh my goodness.
The man, the myth, the legend. He says of me as he just
right?
Well, you are, and you are, and
in
you
the
are,
chat
and you
out
are.
of nowhere.
Yeah.
Good Lord, Kinetics. Thank you, sir.
Been a
for showing
minute.
up.
Have we hit 200 yet? I mean, just because he's here, we may
Wow.
we may just do the giveaway just because he showed up. Like, what's our numbers
There we go.
right now?
We're at about 130, 140. We're fluctuating.
I think we should do it. I think because he's
Right,
joined,
let's do it.
I think we're going to do another giveaway.
All right.
So, the giveaway, I am open if anyone wants to do like a Titan X, a trivia or anything like that. I can certainly probably think of one. And it could be about the scale white paper, even though we didn't go the whole way through the scale white paper, or it could be something in general about crypto. It could be something about Jake, anything. Like do any of you have a question you'd like to ask, like a trivia? Because there'll be no shortage of giveaways. I'm willing to give away as much as we can of Titan X. Even though no one has enough Titan X, we have enough to give many 88 millions away. So I'm happy to do that.
Erwin, can you think of a numerology question that maybe the audience would be like? I mean, I know we were talking some numerology earlier with you. Is there a particular one that Jake maybe fancies himself that you think that the audience would kind of aha?
I'm not sure I would get the numbers right. So, I mean, obviously there's, he started this on October 28th, and he's, I listened to the numerology portion of it was day 2, I think, of Titan X anniversary, right? There was the guy that's really good at numerology. I need to listen to that section again.
We had him on both days.
If you've got a certain, numerology thing you'd like to throw out there as a trivia, let's just do it. Go ahead.
Well, Erwin, you mentioned one earlier today about 11. Maybe you could, and I know that's kind of a little bit geared towards what you guys are doing, but maybe I'm aware of it, but I don't know if the chat's aware of it. So maybe you could ask, who's aware of the numerology number 11 and the meaning of it and the significance of it, and whoever seems to tee off on that, maybe that could be that.
Yeah.
And go. In the chat, who knows the significance of the number 11? First correct answer in the chat. We just throw a curveball.
Is it?
All right.
And
who's the first one?
There's a bunch of guesses coming through.
Yeah. What do you got there? I mean, Erwin, what are you thinking there? Because I know there's obviously, yeah,
it's correct. There's a reason why Morpheus started on the 28th and will end on the 11th.
So which one was the winner? I mean,
the first one would be Mellow and Dusty are both correct. So primarily it's a master number, but Mellow has a really good representation what is connected to the number 11. So they're both correct, to be honest. Mellow just has a broader explanation.
So because you asked the question, I'm going to allow you to make the determination. Will we give both of them 88 million, or will only the first answer come true? Or will the best?
I put it up on me.
Yeah. Are you thinking of 44?
No. There's only 4. No, there's no.
We don't like 4s.
Yeah.
Well,
like.
Yeah, 4s in numerology aren't good, and 4s in Chinese culture, which I feel like I'm more Chinese culture than I am like.
Definitely being down in Bali there.
Well, I mean, I've been in Singapore for years, and I'd love, I could probably live in Shanghai. I love it there. No 4s, no.
Well, being the case that Mellow is, I'm sorry, Dusty. Being that Mellow did jump the gun on you, he did highlight, a little bit more of the deeper waters of the meaning for sure. So, shout out to Mellow.
Special consideration to Dusty.
Yes.
Both of y'all did a good job.
Yes.
But Mellow was first on the list there. So Sorry. That's the
Mellow,
only thing that sucks about doing a giveaway is that you got to be like, and this guy
Gotta
won,
be-
you didn't.
we're going to do more. There's like I said, there's going to be more. There's going to be more. So Mellow Cryptic, even though all of us know you, and I know you extremely well for a very long time, I do need this handle to put your Twitter handle in, because that Twitter handle will be the one that has to contact you. Even you have to contact me directly on Twitter, even though we're in DMs and we have 1,000 things going on in there. But please drop your Twitter handle in the chat.
I believe it's the same. Oh, no, it's not.
Well, I believe it's the same too.
As soon as I said that, I was like, "Yep, I'm a liar." All right, don't fucking listen to me. Lord.
One never knows. That was a really good question. Super good question. All right, have we already gone through? So I think we've already gone probably through the minting allocation, right? We kind of slipped on through there.
Let's hit the tokenomics with the. Wrong page. We did the minting allocation, so we finished that. So now we're on the tokenomics with the buy sell tax.
Tokenomics. So a little bit of taxes, I love this term, pumpamentals. Is it pampamentals or pumpamentals? Do we have it correct?
Whatever you want. It's your protocol.
It's our protocol, so we can do what we want. It's my party. I'll cry if I want to.
There you go.
All right.
Okay,
There's no crying in bull runs. There's no crying in bull runs.
It's definitely no cry. I don't cry in bear runs either. I made money during the bull market. You just got to know how.
In baseball or bull runs.
Right.
For sure. So the tax can range. Like the tax is actually an admin key. It's actually a dial. The fixed part of the taxes are the BDX buy and burn. Even though there's a ton going into the BDX buy and burn, we always want a trickle to be going over there. So 0.5% of the buy, sell, or transfer of scale will go over into the buy and burn. Very tiny stream, or tiny bit, also 0.25% will go to the marketing wallet. A small percent will go to burn scale. We had a lot of discussions. Should that be more? Should that be less? But that's the number we settled on. Democracy votes. The variable part of the tax, which makes this range of 2.5 to 7%, is in reflections. So I first got introduced to reflections on Pulse Chain. There was a project called Pulsar. Everyone hears me repeat this story all the time. I got in Pulsar when it was 2 million, wrote it up. I wrote it up to 18 million. I heard it went to 20. So I did well. There were people, and it was a 30% sell tax, 30% sell tax. And a majority of that went to reflections. You did have to claim that, but who cares? It's Pulse Chain. It costs 1 penny.
You said it was called Pulsar?
Pulsar, Pulsar, Pulsar. That thing.
That's funny.
And I can't remember the guy's name, Ian Hendrick. I was so lucky. I follow him, and he mentioned this thing called Blastar or Pulsar. I'm like, what is he talking about? So I went over there and I thought, all right, $1,000, put it in. I whatever. This looks very interesting. If I just put $1,000 in, I'm going to be getting passive income. I'm in. That $1,000 turned to quite a bit more than 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And but the difference here is, number one, it's a little bit lower, right? I mean, we're not talking 30% here. We're talking 1.5 or 3% or 4.5 or 6%. This will always be decided by DAO vote. Not everything in Babydragonx is decided by the DAO. However, this will always be decided by the DAO. The DAO will always have a DAO. The scale token, the amount of scale in your wallet will be your voting power, and you'll get to choose. Will it be? So we're going to start it off at 6. Most people think it will never go lower than 6, right? Because if you hold the scale token, why would you ever want it to be lower? So we believe most people will probably vote to keep it at 6, but we want to have the option there because who knows? People could change their mind. So that's the tokenomics there. So right now we've run 8 or 9 DAO votes in Babydragonx, and we've had all kinds of participation. We've had low participation of only 10% of the total supply. We've had very high participation, like over 30% of not holder wallets, 30% of the supply of holder wallets voted, which was a very large number. So It's very easy to vote. It doesn't cost any gas. You go there, you click the button. We generally keep our votes private, so you can't see how other people voted. You can't see how anyone voted until the quorum is hit, or we usually do like a 48-hour one, 48-hour one to keep it up. So that's going to be that. It's very simple. It's not too complicated of tokenomics there. Love to hear all of your thoughts on this one.
I kind of jumped the gun and already gave my thoughts on it as I clicked onto the page. So, what do you guys think?
I like the flexibility that you integrate into it. That's good, and it sounds like you, it gives you just the ability, like you said, to gauge things and then just kind of see where things sit. The flexibility's it's very good, like you said, and like you said, hey, get the transaction volume for sure. Yep.
Appreciate that.
Can you send Kinetics the link?
Yeah, I got it. I'm right on it.
Thank you. Sorry, I don't have TG on this computer. I have everything.
Yeah, just let you know, Kinetics. I'm gonna send it to your DM on Telegram.
Nice.
All right.
Oh, never mind. He says he can't jump on new. I thought he was gonna jump on new.
Okay.
Damn it. All right, next time. But I'll send you the chat I was talking about, Kinetics. He's one of the guys behind Pulsar. So
yep.
I'm hoping he's going to start streaming soon, and he has said so in the chat. So I'm going to hold him to it. I'm getting excited now.
Is he going to come on?
The old day feeling.
Is he going to come on and say James got it all wrong? That's how I remember it worked. So
right.
All right. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. He says.
Peer pressure is amazing. Peer pressure is amazing. We're going to get Kinetics on here. This is awesome.
Get him on.
I love the adjustability that you put into it.
Mellow Cryptic saying NFT Legend 2021. That's his X.
All right, Kinetics. It has been sent. Bada bing, bada boom.
Kinetics is coming. We got to have the captain as well.
What's up there, brother? What's going on?
Did you have any comments about the tokenomics there, like the tax and the reflections piece? Did you? Oh, by the way, reflections are not claimed. They're going to automatically go in your wallet automatically.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the adjustability. So you will always be able to adjust accordingly to what the market needs. I think more protocols should be doing this to have more flexibility and sustainability over time. I think that's a really good implementation. In the beginning, most people don't like it because they feel that you have control that you shouldn't have, or somewhat, even though you only have control over a certain metric, you have no control over the funds or the mechanics or the tokenomics or whatever. But yeah, I think it's important for people that know what they were doing, give them the ability to adjust things accordingly when necessary. Let's freaking go.
It's good to see you guys.
What's up?
Yeah.
How goes it, guys?
Let's go.
It's all good here. I feel like I'm here with a bunch of stars. Like it's just I can't believe I'm here.
They're right here.
Some of my idols are here. Some of my idols are here.
Right there.
Thanks for
How you
having
doing,
me on,
man?
guys.
Look at
I'm
that,
doing
Kinetics.
well.
What do you got there in the background? What do you got in the background there, buddy?
Yeah.
Buddy.
Got me some Brian Magruder silver coins right there, buddy. Hex and Pulse. Yep.
Good to see you, man.
I don't see you guys enough. Sorry, my head's been down, been doing other things, working on some things in the background, some crypto related, some real estate related. So just doing what I got to do, So I miss you guys though. I miss this whole community. And I haven't been super public as of late, but gosh, man, I'm just loving everything to do with TitanX, man. It's fun over here. This is what Hex was in the beginning. For you guys that were there in Hex early, that's what this is. TitanX and the whole ecosystem is what Hex. It was exciting. There was a new community forming. There was a lot of love before the bear market. This was Hex pre-bear market. This is got a lot of potential. Let's just say that. Let's Erwin said it on Rags' stream earlier that they've got 18,000 wallets holding Titan-X right now. We do a 10x, that's 100x in the price. And then think about ETH doing a 10x from here too. That's 1,000x total once you compound everything. So This is exciting, man. This is super fun. I never thought I would have bags bigger than my hex bags. And James said it earlier. He said, nobody has enough Titan-X. Nobody has enough Titan-X. So, or maybe they have just the right amount because we don't want too big of a supply. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got a real way to find out if you don't think you have Titan-X or if you do think you have Titan-X. Go ahead and spend it into a protocol and just have it go sideways for a little bit. And you're gonna be like, what did I do with that Titan-X? Why did I put it in there? You don't have enough Titan-X. That's what's happening.
That's exactly right. I'm looking at like old miners. I still have some 280-day miners, dude, that I started mid-cycle, and I'm so glad I did. I front ran it. I probably would have more, honestly, if I would have just bought it that time. But I'm just gonna anticipate that there's gonna be more, and people are gonna start mining again at some point. And I don't think we're there yet, but I think it's just a matter of time. There's so many great. I'm gonna have to read more into scale, James, because I'm excited in what I just saw. I'm not a huge reflection token guy, but I was in Blastar is what it's called, and you were correct. I remember seeing that thing run up, and it was crazy. Yeah,
sorry.
Pulsar is amazing too, guys. Go check it out. Pulsar.win. But
Elon Musk did build that game. Okay, I got that part right.
That part is correct. Correct. I put like $600 into Blastar and then earn like $600 in the first week of people selling early, getting that reflection tax. And then on top of that, the price appreciation went up, and it did an easy 10x, I think, from there. And so I think you're building on the shoulders of giants, because what the guy that created Blastar, my understanding is he's a really well-known Ethereum dev, and he brought that over to Pulse Chain.
Yeah.
So I just love everything going on right now in this ecosystem, guys. I'm farming like you wouldn't believe, and I'm using that tink to buy more Titan-X because you can't get into all the other fun stuff without it.
Are you an LP guy at Kinetics?
I am very much an LP guy. Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes.
Are you in Titans of LP? I mean, there's that whole group. Are you in there?
No, I probably don't qualify for that. I should have.
This guy, whatever.
So I joined that thing when there were 28 people, and I was the least qualified of all.
I should join it. I should join it just to get the alpha from the guys doing the big moves. But I'll tell you what I made early on in Titan-X. I made tens of thousands of dollars providing liquidity just between Ethereum and Titan-X, and just trying to call those ranges correctly. And I got to give a shout out to GIF out there, man. He had some really good TA that he doesn't really share. He's not really a TA guy, but I think he's really good at it. And we were talking about some ranges, and I was putting in some tight ranges, and man, I was getting a lot of volume running through those ranges. I was making a lot of, and that opportunity is not gone. There's opportunities to do that with Pulsar and Dragonx and Titan-X, and so you can go and farm, which I recommend people do. It's nice to see those go up, and that tink is awesome to get as a reward. But you can actually out earn the tink if you're doing tight enough ranges and you're calling, between what these coins are going to do between each other in these pools. There's a lot of opportunity. So if you just want to hold your Titan-X, your Dragonx, your Babydragonx, whatever it is, and you just want to provide liquidity, learn how to do really tight liquidity ranges, and you can get a huge majority of the volume that goes through the pairing through your LP. You can make a lot of fees doing so. And I've been very fortunate to learn from some greats like Crypto Sloth and GIF and some of these other guys. Shout out to those guys and Axis, and been able to make some pretty good gains just really. And the nice thing about what I really love about this whole Titan-X ecosystem is I'm not worried about the impermanent loss. I'm not worried about impermanent loss. So I'm okay with ending up with more of the less expensive token, because they all seem to have their time where one runs up against the other. And so it's one of these things, like, because they're so intricately linked, and shout out to Jake Sharp. Jake, you're a beast, man. Some of these things, I had some questions myself. I gotta admit, I was wrong about some of the system mechanics. I thought we're gonna work out one way, and they worked out a different way. And I see in hindsight how brilliant it was. And so shout out to you to tie these things so intricately through the LP pools, and then have everything. To be able to mint this new token, you need TitanX or DragonX, or you need something else in the ecosystem that's already tied to something else. And that cyclical, that flywheel, so to speak, has been so huge for anyone who didn't just G'd out the first week when the prices were so high on TitanX.
It's really well said. Really well said. Build on TitanX, build on DragonX. If you've seen my new hashtag, build on Hydra. Don't be afraid on build on something. Build on AwesomeX. I heard there's somebody building on Awesome, right?
Yeah. Like the Pulsar guys, the rest of the team, they're going to go a different direction. They've got some really cool stuff planned. They're not really talking about anything yet. I won't be part of the things going forward. Just because they've got some great ideas they want to run with, and I think they're going to do amazing things out there. I'm probably going to take a little bit different direction. I've just been so busy, it just can't be. I haven't, like I said, I haven't been super public streaming, but I'll honestly tell you, I've been thinking about if I were to go in and do a protocol, if there's any developers that want to talk out there, I'm thinking that Hydra might be the place to build next, honestly.
Yeah.
Definitely thinking about that. Yeah,
Let's
thinking about that.
I was going to give.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I interrupt too much, and I'm not letting myself interrupt you. I'm on mute. You go.
No, I just love everything. I mean, Babydragonx, James, we've talked several times in the Telegram, and it's funny. I surprised, honestly, as cool meme coin as it started out with is I'm surprised. As successful as it's been, I'm surprised it hasn't been more successful. So I got my bag of Babydragonx just sitting on the side in a secret wallet that nobody knows about, and I'm just waiting to see it. And now we've got some other things being built on top of it, and it all ties back to this ecosystem.
Yeah. I think it's really important that people like yourself and others that are really known within the community to start building, like you're saying, on Hyper. It doesn't have to be on Hyper, but I would love to see more genuine people that have been around for years and years doing this. It will solidify trust. It will solidify with more adoption, more cross-chain bonding. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm super. So when GIF first brought the idea of, I think we can bring, using Pulsar, we can bridge TitanX trustlessly over to Pulse Chain. So now people will be able to build off of Pulsar and TitanX, eTitanX and ePulsar on Pulse Chain. I think that's going to be huge. I can't wait to see what those guys do on both ends, both the Ethereum and the Pulse Chain side. I think they got the right team. They're going to do some good things. And I would like to see some additional things being built. So I'm really interested in how the whole Vault system is going to end up working out once I know all the details, because I don't think everything's at least in my opinion, I still got some questions on how some things are going to work. But between DragonX and Volt and TitanX and Hydra and Viper and these things coming out, I think there's an opportunity, and I'd love to talk to some people that don't so much care about the money, but care more about how do we enrich this whole ecosystem? How do we build something to do that, to even add another layer on top of everything that exists? I would love to have that conversation with somebody.
Yeah,
that could be a DEX. I mean, that sounds like a DEX, right? That's a lot of people have thrown that around. It's a complex thing, but that would be a natural one, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes and no?
No. I completely agree. But I want to do it. If I were to do something along the lines of a DEX, I'd want to do something that didn't have the cheesy Rube Goldberg mechanics built onto it. I want something solid that would actually provide not something that just looks flashy, has a lot of levers and buttons, but something that really has some kind of fundamental behind how it enhances everything within the ecosystem. And I think that the first step I think Eric did with this was with the Titan Farms. Honestly, I think that was it's going to be really. I mean, think about this too. With the only other problem I have with myself tackling a DEX is that you've got locked liquidity with millions of dollars on Ethereum on Uniswap. So you can't migrate that over to a new DEX that's made just for Titan X. So there'd have to be some other way to benefit it, but still maybe a DEX aggregator would be better, more like a Pateus that could route through those Uniswap pairs and
Just
make sure
to integrate that. Yeah, that's actually what Morpheus is building at this moment, an aggregator.
Are you guys doing an aggregator? Fantastic.
We're doing it. Yeah, an aggregator specifically tailored for Titan X to make sure that the economic energy that is within the system stays within the system for as much as physically possible. This would make the whole system way more efficient. At the end, what we see in Titan X already is an extreme efficient machine.
Yeah.
And to get these last percentage of efficiency is going to get harder and harder and harder. The big moves comes in the beginning. And the aggregator is a big part of it. It's not a big percentage that we're going to gain, but at least we are increasing the efficiency of the total system. And it will give a one-stop shop for everybody within Titan X that is familiar with Titan X. So we're really looking forward to that one.
Guys, you just let me know, man.
By Christmas.
Okay.
Oh, I think I heard you say you wanted to be a Christmas present. Is that was that your words before? Was that it?
Correct. Yes.
You guys see that Lotus is up 40% over the last hour?
Wait, what?
Really?
That's what
I can't watch charts when I
know.
stream. Otherwise, my bandwidth starts going down.
Yeah,
on all the Dex screener pages.
And there's enough pairs to look at now too that you're like,
I know.
It's funny because I'll hop on and I'll be like, hey, I'm just gonna mess with this for an hour. 3 hours later, I'm like, I haven't done half of what I planned on doing, and I'm still neck deep in it. 35, 40 transactions later, I'm like, man, I'm only like halfway done with what I wanted to do.
Insane.
Yeah, 100%. Every time I say it's 10 minutes, it's well over an hour.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out also to Jake.
I'm glad it's not just me.
I asked Jake if he could be in here, and he actually messaged back and said he's in the middle of working on the X28 UI. So,
okay.
There you go. The man doesn't rest.
No, I don't think he does.
By the way, I was wondering if that's Eric in the chat or if that's just someone who has a Dragon X.
I was literally looking at that a second ago. I guess there's no way to actually know. Like you can't really click on.
I'm judging by that comment. I think it's possibly Eric.
Well, I could connect some dots there, though. There was a meetup. There was a meetup in Europe that involved someone from Aave, and I do know that some people on my back end team were there, and I do know that fellow was there. I'm just saying.
I had actually thought about that. Either a balancer or an Aave fork for the Titan X community. Now that I've seen someone who may be Eric, and there was an Aave developer at that meeting in Malta, like I'm definitely not going to tackle that because I'll get beat to the punch with someone who's already got the credibility on the building side. But maybe I'll have to find. I think what they did with the PH ecosystem over on Pulse Chain with the Fiat and Fux and Fame. I think there's an opportunity to build that for the Titan X ecosystem on Ethereum. The only problem is the gas fees. That when in this bull run, things are going to get stupid expensive. Stupid expensive.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yep.
But you know what? Well, if you're messing with $10,000 to $100,000 LP and it costs you $1,000 transaction fee to do it, but you're making $1,000 or $2,000 a day, you're willing to eat that cost. I found that out with Hex. Like, when you had a Hex stake coming up and it was $1,300 to end stake at the top of 21, but you're willing to do it because you're like, oh,
Yeah.
this, I won't say specific numbers, but this hex stake is so huge. I'm willing to pay 13 grand to end the stake.
My highest was
same thing with
almost
books.
close to
Same thing with
$1,800 to end the
Woo.
stake. $1,800. It's just mind-boggling, but yeah, insane times, and it will happen again.
Yeah, when Gwei goes 200, 250, and the price of Ethereum is 8-10 grand, it's gonna get stupid.
As long as it doesn't happen during November 5th to November, what is it? How many? 14th, 19th. So as long as Gwei doesn't go up during those times again, yeah, we've got enough money to pay for all the gas, but we don't want to do that again. That's crazy.
I don't think you have to worry about 2024. Now, November of 2025, we might have some issues. So,
Hey, well, by then, hopefully we'll have enough Titan-X over on Pulse Chain that we can play around on there for some.
We
much
play
lower
around
fees.
over there.
And of
Babydragonx
course, he said
would
November.
love to have some cousins over on Pulse Chain. We would
absolutely.
love to do some stuff over there.
Absolutely. Well, I think people will pivot. You know, not to make this a Hex or Richard Hart stream at all, but I do want to say shout out to how promising it sounded like the court case went on the 31st on Halloween.
I just commented on that. Yeah, I just commented on that. I follow that. Like I don't know all the intricate details, but when Marco tweets things, I always see those. And,
Yeah.
So,
Well, Marco's
you gotta
the man.
read it.
For me to
You got
find
yeah,
out.
you got to read it, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, this isn't just a Richard Hart thing.
That's
This
why
is
I wanted to
crypto
say
in
it.
general thing.
It's
People
gonna
have
help
no
everything.
idea. Yeah, we should all be rally behind this. He's literally fighting for regulation and law in crypto that everybody's got to use.
Yep.
And it sounds like, hopefully, that judge is very skeptical on almost all of the government's points.
Well,
skeptical might be a light word to say.
I think that the current losses of the win versus loss ratio of the SEC as of recent, plus the public sentiment of the SEC and the Republican sentiment of the SEC, I think the timing of his trial is so important when you look at it in the scope of everything that happened before it, the legal precedents that were being set before. And so it gives this judge the opportunity to come in and say, you know, I think maybe you've taken advantage of some people. You wanted it one way and you got it that way, and now you want it the other way, and that's not going to work with me. And so I think this is a rising tide floats all boats moment here in crypto. So I'm excited about that because you're going to see the implications ripple across all of crypto based on what happens with this case, especially the way that, you know, he can prove that it's not wasn't an offering, and it's just going to strengthen Jake's argument the way that he did his fair launch. And and you're going to see people come in, and there's a lot of people in the Pulse Chain community that are very much Titan Mexicans. And I think what you're going to see is a lot of people doing it, like Erwin and Rags were talking about, the one rule. The one rule is to tell one person. And, you know, if you've got people in Hex and Pulse Chain and they're telling people, and then we have a crossover between Titan-X, I think that's just going to be, it's going to be an amplification of what's happening over here with this ecosystem right now. So go out and tell somebody about Titan-X, guys. Everybody tell somebody about Titan-X, Morpheus, Babydragonx, Dragon-X, Volt. Go out there. Go out and tell everybody.
It doesn't matter which one you shield.
Yeah.
Tell one person a week, you know, if you're, whether it's like over DMs or if you're in a space or if you're having a coffee or a beer with somebody, if everyone tells one person a week, that's a great way to grow organically.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
What?
No, I'm out. See ya.
Camera off.
I'm done.
What do you think about the current state just in crypto is, and where we are in Titan-X in relation to, like, is it me or does it feel like because sometimes it feels like maybe I'm a little too close to it, but does it feel like this is literally the biggest thing in crypto and no one's talking about it and it's on the verge of literally just blowing up?
So I think it was it last night's stream or the night before when you had Kool-Aid and Jake on, and I think it was really well said that this is the biggest thing going on in crypto that nobody knows about. Like, to only have 18,000 wallets and tens upon tens upon tens of millions of dollars of liquidity between all these different pairs. And the way that this ecosystem, I'll be the first to admit I was wrong about August 3rd. I thought we were going to have a huge dump. I mean, it only made sense. You had 21,000 miners expiring and we didn't dump. Yeah. We pumped. We did it like a 10x within a week. Like, that didn't make any sense to me in how people, green candles bring attention. And I think too many people in crypto right now are looking at the Solanas and the, some of the more legacy Ethereum platforms right now, some of the Aves, the synthetics, not necessarily synthetics really, but Balancer Curve, some of these things. And they're totally missing what's happening over here. And I think what's great about that, though, so it sucks that the rest of the crypto space isn't really seeing Titan yet. But the good news is that the big money players in Ethereum aren't seeing Titan yet. And when they see more and more users and more wallets and more green candles, I think you start to see big money move over as well.
For sure.
Well said.
Well, you're awakening with Morales and Ivan on Tech. And that you got Joe Perry's. I mean, I was in Joe Perry's group when we were like 30 back in the day. And and he's a fellow that's, broad across all chains, you know what I mean? And he streams about it. And pretty soon you're going to see Ivan waking up to the fact that, what is this Dragonx that keeps coming up on my radar within Morales money? It's just going to awaken him. And he has a large microphone, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a matter of time. And I think I don't think people understand that there is a meshing that's an opportunity between, I would say, Pulse Chain and Titan X. That I think that you brought up a good point to me, Erwin, earlier today about the actual movie, Remember the Titans, and the football players coming out of that situation where there's been all this infighting, people get in their echo chambers and they get all upset at each other. Enough with it, you guys. It's time to build.
Yeah.
It's time to build.
I'm going to be honest. That's part of the reason I haven't been super public. It's just the toxicity on the Pulse chain right now. Like everyone. And so I think Jake did the right thing as a builder. And I get that Richard Hart wants to protect his brand, didn't want to talk about anything other than the tickers that he created. I get it. He was already well known in crypto before he created Hex and Pulse chain and everything else. But I think Jake, hats off to Jake again, is he built the mentality of it's okay for developers to get paid. So you've got this dichotomy on Pulse Chain. You're just trying to grift and steal from all the users. And then you've got Titan saying, hey, let that guy get paid. He's going to build another protocol. And then he's going to build another protocol. And it's just going to make a whole ecosystem. And so I think that is more conducive to people wanting to come and build. And we've already seen that. I mean, how many things have been built on Hex? A handful of things, right? How many things have been built on Titan X in the last year? It's crazy. There's vast differences between the two. Yes. Yeah. So I think that's one thing that Jake did really well. Is said, no, we're not going to have that. Capitalism is good. It's okay for people to make money as long as it's still and fortunately he created pillars, so to speak, that you have to adhere to be talked about, to be promoted by him personally. And I think that's great. Having a quality of standard is a good thing to do. And so you come to this community that no one thinks you're grifting by trying to build on the ecosystem, because it's just a net benefit to everybody. And I wish Pulse Chain saw that. I wish more people in Pulse Chain saw that. And so that, going back to my original point, that's why I haven't been super public, is I don't want to hang out with a bunch of crybabies. Honestly, I don't want to listen to people yell and scream and point fingers at each other all the time. Like, you like the product that the person built or you don't. Then if you don't, shut your mouth and ignore them. All you're doing is bringing attention to them when you talk about them anyway. It's called ghosting. So you just ghost it what you don't like. You talk about what you do like and let people do their own thing. I'm very libertarian in that regard. You do you, I'll do me, and we'll do something that builds. Here's the number one thing that a lot of people in crypto need to remember, and this is very, very well known in legacy finance. The one thing you can always count on is people are going to do what's in their own best interest. So you create an ecosystem that people doing what's best for them is best for everybody else. It's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, and Kinetics, to your point too. I mean, let's be real. You're obviously very close to the fire within the Hex Pole Chain community. I mean, you've sat down and you've done interviews with Richard Hart. There's a lot of people that look to you as far as your guidance and your leadership and your wealth and knowledge of crypto. And so that it stings a little bit more because people they get very loud and present, you know, in your DMs and all that kind of stuff. So you stepping back is key. But while you have stepped back, I think a lot of these barriers and walls are starting to come down within the Hex and Pole Chain community. You know what I mean? You've allowed it to continue to foster and fruition. Shout out to Irwin, even Rags and Vibra. Vibra's always been someone who just doesn't give a shit when it comes to talk about cross-chain type stuff. And so Rags also taking, you know, the bull by the horns and just saying, you know what, I'm doing this too. And that's not to say that Rags does not admonish and appreciate Pulse and Hex, because he does. I know he does.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And as you know, Erwin, he plans on, you know, Texan being a Texan thing and doing his thing and believes in the ethos of what Texas could possibly do in the future as a state becoming a nation. So shout out to you for just stepping back, allowing things to come out, and let's build, man. Let's go.
I just needed to do it for personal reasons. You know, I got a family. I got 4 kids. I've got real estate investments out here in the real world that, you know, it just made it glaringly the Lord made it very obvious to me in my faith that, hey, you know, there's other things you need to focus on right now. Now's not the season for crypto. But I'm getting that itching. I'm getting that inner calling again that, you know, it's time to come back to some degree. You know, I have my own channel, Crypto Junkies. I'll be doing a lot more on that when I do come back. And I'll be talking a little bit more, but I want to be the first to admit I'm not a leader. I'm just a guy on the internet with a microphone that's not afraid to speak to people and just give my opinions. And I've been wrong before, and I'm okay with admitting, like, I'm not going to be the guy that's like, look at all my trades. No, you don't want to look at my trades, dude. I've lost. The thing is, I've lost so many times, but all you have to do is hit it big on a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I want to stop you right there, though? But I mean, you're a leader in your family. You're a leader in your community. We're all leaders in our own space, and you know, walk in that confidence of knowing that you are a leader. It doesn't mean you have to be as vocal as some, but you are a leader, and you have to know that, brother.
I'm present.
You are.
I'm here.
No, you are a leader, man. We are all leaders, man.
You're a leader in my eyes. Yeah, you got it there.
Just stepping up.
It,
just stepping up and speaking.
Yep.
You know, like you're saying, hey, I'm just talking here. Well, 99% don't. So just by doing what you're doing, you are a leader.
Thanks, man.
Wasn't me sitting next to Richard Hart on a couch?
I still have the footage. I have the original footage. I have not just the fixed camera, but I got the footage of the film crew going around, walking around us the whole interview and filming from every angle. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna. It was I was super nervous just because I hadn't really slept and I just got off the plane earlier that day. But it was definitely worthwhile, man. It was he's a super genuine guy, and I think he's got the right ethos for crypto in the way of being decentralized. And it was a surreal moment, and I was just lucky and fortunate enough to be one of the guys that was able to do that at that moment. So
yeah,
I guess just being at the party, showing up was half the battle, guys. That's you call me a leader, but it was just there were very few people talking at the beginning of Hex, and I was just one of the guys that was so excited about it. And so one thing I saw about Hex that to me was like a no-brainer was having, you know, decentralized interest being paid out, like Kind Hex. And I took the first time I ever got on was Discord Syndicate opened it up. He'd been streaming for maybe a week, maybe 2. He said, anyone else want to hop on? It was COVID. My office was closed. I was just doing work, listening to the stream. I said, I'll hop on. I hopped on and I said, I come from the insurance world, man. And where I see the real world use case of Hex and now some of these other things, I see a lot of possibility with some of the things being built with Titan X. is that these insurance companies, these life insurance companies in specific, they'll overpay for huge real estate properties so that they can get a 3-4% return on their money, just because they have to do something with those reserves that generates an income, like some kind of return on it, so that when these policies are paid out, that they can pay it out of not the reserves, but they can pay it out of the money that they've earned off of it. And the first thing that came to mind to me was, this is a no-brainer. If I can go buy 1 billion hex and I can buy it for less than $1 billion and ladder stake this thing out and make over $1 billion over the next 15 years in passive income and not have to deal with tenants and toilets. Once these big institutions like life insurance companies figure this out, it's game over for crypto, because prices are going to run to a ridiculous rate, because hedge funds are going to follow them. And not just Bitcoin, not just Ethereum, but these altcoins that can do something that can be programmed on top of Ethereum. And so I just want to reiterate, I see Titan X ecosystem as like the new, it's what Hex was before the last bear market. It's exciting and fun to be in. And you can see, yeah, there's some pretty Rube Goldberg machines built on top of Titan X, but it helps rise the tide of the whole ecosystem, the way that they're built. So there's been a lot of smart guys like Eric and, the Blaze team and James here and Morpheus team and the Pulsar team, all these guys, they're like, hey, I've got additional value we can build on top of this. And I'm really excited about what's happening, guys. We're still so early. I know we're a year into Titan X. We've got another year, guys, before we really see things pop. When you start to see Ethereum pop, and we've got 10x the wallets, as Erwin said, this is just
And half the supply.
And I'm not. That's another point too. Look how much has been burnt, and you can't go out. You can't go out and just mine more Titan X like you could at the beginning. Like,
there won't be half the supply left in a year. There won't be. Like, I haven't even done the math, and I already know there won't be half the supply. No way. No, with all these founders building. No. Titan X could go into $1, like easily, like $1, $2.
Did you guys see?
Really
let me point this out. When I streamed with the dude the other day,
yeah,
it was right when we got on stream. It was just under 10 trillion.
yeah.
The very next day, I was talking about it on stream and checked it, and it was over 11 trillion. They got 1 trillion in a day, the middle into a 1 month launch, bro.
wow.
Like, if every project gets 1 or 2 from here on out by the end of launch, and we get a couple big ones, that's it. But there's nothing left. We haven't even talked about what X28 could do.
I'm excited to see more. Tell us more, guys. Tell us more. I want to see someone in a meaningful way be able to burn Titan X stakes and make it worth their while to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Because the stakes, I want to see Dragon X have 100% of the staking pool. And I want to see everybody else, it be in their best interest to burn their stakes and it be profitable for them to do so. So I want to see someone build something, and haven't seen anything specific yet. I've heard rumblings, but I want to see something specific that is worthwhile for people to do that. Armin, nice.
Yeah, I gave that shout out. I was like, that's worth it. That's awesome. All right. I got to apologize to James. We pulled everybody on and then we slightly.
I know. I'm sorry, James.
No.
Totally fine.
I was hoping we would get people on. Honestly, remember what was the first thing I said to you? Like about either 20 minutes ago or 2 days ago. Over the past couple of days, I've been saying, can we have somebody else come on? Like, it can't be just you and me, because you and I will be all over the place. And after we get through the white paper, we're going to be talking about all kinds of personal fun stuff. Thank goodness some people came in to keep us grounded in crypto. So thank goodness you came in here.
Dang, that's true. Even though we went off the white paper, we didn't go off into talking about things that will get a shadow banned, which we usually do. So hey, shout out on that one. That's thanks for keeping it on crypto, sir.
No hollow moon discussion, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Not yet, at least.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right. Let's pull up this white paper.
But now I have now there's too many people that are really smart in crypto. Now I feel like a little nervous.
Whatever. Throw it out there. I think
You're in the
reflections
deep
can be
end
done
now.
in a meaningful way, man. I really do. I'm not a huge fan of so many of the reflection tokens, and so I'm excited to see what you've come up with here. Now, hey guys, I'm gonna have to watch the rest from my phone. I better actually go now, so we don't miss a flight. But I gotta take the wife.
Fantastic to
sir,
have you
thank
on
you.
here. Kenneth. I'm glad you
Very
came
much.
on. I feel like I've gotten a good opportunity this weekend. It's very nice. Very nice
Oh,
to meet
thanks, man. I appreciate it. Well, we've talked a lot in Telegram, and hopefully we'll be doing more of that in the future.
Yeah, this is different. I feel like we're right there. You know, it's a little more personal.
Well, all four of you guys, don't be a stranger, all right?
100%.
Sounds good.
Appreciate
We'll be
you.
talking,
Good luck
brother.
with everything.
We'll catch you guys later.
There's.
That was so cool to have him on. I didn't expect
It
that at all.
was. Wow, that's awesome. I've got a bit of, I've got a bit of a fanboy going on for like some of these different founders. I love to just watch them and hear them. And then when I'm even in a group, like there's like 5 or 6 other people and they're on, it's like, wow, I can't believe I'm here. Literally in February, building the first protocol, I'm coming out of nowhere, right? And I'm looking up to these people on all these different protocols and doing all these amazing things. And I was, how long will it take me to get to the point of where they are, to their knowledge, to their passion, to their like understanding about how long is that going to take? Is it going to take like 5 years? Well, I feel like I've taken some decent steps. It doesn't take that long. You just got to dive into it. You got to make your mistakes. You got to learn from others. You got to find great advisors. That is advice. So it is not a financial advice. To me, it's like, that's my learning path. I'd love to share that. So. Do we have 200? Does that mean it's another giveaway?
I believe we've hit the other giveaway mark.
I believe we have hit the other giveaway.
All right.
So,
time for an 88 million TitanX giveaway.
for another 88 million. I don't even know how. So when we did the 88 million giveaways, we did 5 88 million. I don't know, almost a dollar, right? 5 88 million TitanX giveaways on Kalim's show a few days ago. It was $107 each. So I don't know what it is today. I have no idea. Like I said, I don't check the price. Some people roll in the charts. I don't really check the price of anything. I'm just building. The bags are getting bigger. I really don't check the price. So is it $80 or is it $140? I literally don't know.
Yeah,
but we will have another giveaway. So I'd like to offer Crypto Compassion. Would you like to give a trivia question? I do have one lined up. But if you would like to pop one out, you are welcome to pop one out.
Let's see here. How
many bubbles in a bar of soap? That's what my dad used to say every single time.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are there any bubbles
is there actually some mathematical?
But every time I thought I was smart, that's what my dad would say to me.
Is that like how many licks does it take to get to the center of a juice room?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was biting like lick, and then it would bite it.
Yeah. Every time I act smart in front of my dad, he'd be like, "Yeah. Well, how many bubbles are in a bar of soap?"
Yeah.
And I would just like walk off. He'd be like, "I want to go back to what I'm doing."
That calms you right down. Parents have a way of doing that. They really do. They just is like natural. It's a natural.
I was always curious about everything. So if he hit me with a question I didn't know, I'd go away and try and look it up. And Lord knows I never found out where to find out how many bubbles are in a bar of soap, but I fucking looked. All right, I did it. I derailed us. There we go.
You did not derail.
Once an episode. Guaranteed.
Well, at least it wasn't Hollow Moon, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We'll give it time.
I don't even know what that one is, and I'm not going to ask because I feel like that may be a derail. I don't know what that is. I'll have to check into it. So, Crypto Compassion, would you like to ask the next one, or I'm ready to ask if you are not?
Let's see.
You have
here.
one?
Can you tell us what the what sets TitanX? This is kind of interesting, but what sets TitanX apart from the Ethereum based protocols? Like I think some people might know that, but like what's the differentiator between? I think, and it comes from probably your world. and where you kind of cut your teeth there, James, as far as with Zen, but what kind of sets, what sets Titan X, differentiates Titan X from so many Ethereum-based protocols that have been launched throughout its entire history?
Guys,
Gotcha. That's a very involved question. That's good.
Well, I mean, I guess what made Zen so unique, and I think that
he's getting at a very specific point here. I get
that.
Hyperinflation. No, we're talking about a really unique part about, and one could even say it's part of our ethos. Hint.
And there are only a single winner, because on Callum's show we had a couple.
There it is. There
it
is.
Fair Crypto.
Right there.
Yeah.
Kasi Patriot, fantastic. Kasi Patriot, well done. Please drop your X account. Obviously right there, you just drop it and send me Tech Future. Let me spell mine right. Please send me a DM. Future. And you will, after you send me that DM on X, my DMs are completely open. Like, they used to only be open to verified followers, but now I've completely opened it up. So you will be able to send me a DM and say, hey, I won the 88 million. We will remember you because our team is taking screenshots. And it's as easy as that. We've already given away a double winner on Caleb's show, and we can't wait. I hope to give all this away. Like, I hope we get up to 6 or 8 winners on this one too. We'll see how it goes.
We're already 2 hours into it, and I'm gonna let you know we got about a half an hour to go. So I don't know if we're gonna quite beat Caleb's number.
Okay,
but it's a damn good number to take a shot at.
Erwin, are you jumping off also?
Yeah, I need to go. My list is getting longer and longer, and I have in the day is getting shorter and shorter.
I'm gonna get back to making the crypto merch with my team. James, I threw in the private chat my Telegram if you want to reach out to me as far as networking, and then
captured it.
Yeah, beautiful
streamer chat. We're all
shout out to Mo for doing this every freaking day and keeping the momentum going. I truly love it. James, I wish you all the luck with Scale. It's insanely interesting, and I'll be part of it for sure. And let's all win together.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's hard.
It's all about us working together. I think that's the magic. I mean, the tokenomics are great. Jake has kicked it off well. The founders and the ethos and the way that we do all this, all those things are great, but it's the way that the founders work together also. It's just incredible. And we're friends. Like, not everyone is everyone's best friend, but there's a high level of respect for everyone. And some of us are very good friends. Like, it's just a different level here.
Amazing.
I'm at the point now where I talk to you people more than I talk to my family and my friends.
I've been doing that for 6 years.
I'm there too. Yeah.
Perfect. Have a good one, everybody.
Erwin,
much love.
Yeah.
Crypto Combustion, thank you very much for coming on. Appreciate you guys. The invite is always there when I'm streaming.
Beautiful.
Heck yeah.
Later, we all.
Have a great day, guys.
Later.
And then there was two.
And then there was us. I'm going to DM you later about Hollow Moon. You could just ping me.
I'm not fucking doing that shit. You're not getting that pinned on my account. That algorithm's not hitting me. Okay. You go look that up on your own. You go poison your own algorithm.
I'll do it. Yes, sir. I have no idea about it. So let's get into.
Hey, you want a good rabbit hole? I'll give you a good rabbit hole. You ready?
Yeah. What's rabbit hole? Yeah. Ready.
I'm going to give you the guy to look at because I don't want to get too crazy into the story, or otherwise I will shadow ban myself with this.
Yeah.
Look up this guy right here and follow his rabbit hole on the missing MH370 plane.
Oh, the Malaysian
MH370.
Of course I remember. I'm living over here. So.
Oh, buddy, this one's a rabbit hole you're gonna lose your mind on.
I gotta capture it. What is it again? It's Ashton.
His name is Ashton Forbes. Look up Ashton Forbes Redacted, and he did an appearance on the Redacted podcast, and he goes over all of it. It's the greatest rabbit hole the internet has ever created. I'm telling you. Like it's going to be like one of these things where you're going to go through it and you're like, no, wait, really? Like, nah, like, wait, oh, this is getting weird. That's going to be your reaction. It's going to be the slow progression.
I have read into some of it, and but I haven't gone too deep into the rabbit hole. I think there's something there, though. I think there's some very unexplained things. So
I'll say this. I'll sum it up really quickly. Okay, think in 1945 in May, if you went to the University of Chicago and you asked them about nuclear power or atomic power, nobody could tell you anything. That didn't mean it wasn't going on. It was all in the Manhattan Project. So this guy thinks that we're in a new modern day Manhattan Project for certain things, and the technology's there. We're just not talking about it. So good rabbit hole to go on. But now that I've derailed it for a second time, please, let's talk about the enhanced directive, your shed.
So this is what I believe is what makes Scale quite unique. So we will be the first protocol that actually uses smart contracts to call other protocols, to actually, now the machine economy. So somebody I know very, very well, he's an advisor for a different project. He didn't come up with this phrase about machine economy, but when you hear about AI and you hear about agents and agentic workflows, right? There's this thing called machine economy, how bots will work together, how AIs will work together, how AIs will actually earn money, and how humans will interact with AI as enhancements and to earn money. So we are starting with that. Now, this is not AI. This is not AI by any means, but smart contracts within Scale are now going to be calling other smart contracts to kick off Hydra miners. So you saw on the mint phase there was the 11%, right? So once the mining of those first 11% of the total influx comes in, when we claim that, right? When we claim that Hydra, 30% of what has been minted will go to the Babydragonx buy and burn, right? It'll be swapped into Dragonx. It'll go to the BDX buy and burn. 30% of what we mint will be starting new miners, right? Starting new Hydra miners. 30% of the minting. The next one is Scale Reserve. So this Scale Reserve is holding Dragonx. This is where there's going to be flexibility because we want to be able to pivot as more and more founders come out, as more things are built. We want the ability to be able to participate in those different protocols. So it could be more buy and burn, but there's already a lot. It could be starting more Hydra miners. It could be participating in Morpheus. It could be X, Y, Z. It could be doing more in Titan Farms. We do not and will not have as sophisticated a launchpad as what Inferno's doing. We won't be doing that. But we started the Grant Wallet back in February. People didn't know what a Grant Wallet was. What's the Grant Wallet going to be for? That's for new projects who have an idea, but they don't have funds. Well, the Grant Wallet used to only be, like $2,000. After we had the run-up of 77X, it went up quite a bit. And we did one-sided liquidity on most of all of the Babydragonx that was in the Grant Wallet. It turned into 100,000. So we went from it could have been $1,100. It went up to like 40,000, 45,000. And I said, you know what? I think Dragonx is going to have a run up, and it did. So that's why we still got so much money in the Grant Wallet. We've already built a protocol and sustained some other things and participated in Element 280 as a 1/3 founder. And we're ready, we've got Scale completely all ready to launch on the 5th. And we're going to be announcing a partnership, I'd say within the next 2 weeks. Okay. For the next protocol. Yeah. So
Right.
that's what's going to happen, so it's going to be, we want this to be sustainable. We want all this stuff to be sustainable. So that 40% scale reserve, very flexible, right? And there'll be community votes, there'll be DAO votes on those types of things as well. The allocation percentage can be also changed. This is also going to be an admin key. It can be changed. Like maybe people are crazy about the buy and burn. Maybe Babydragonx hit 50 million. Maybe it went higher, and people want more. Maybe they'll just vote for it, right? Maybe people are so into scale that they want us to build a scale buy and burn. We'll do that, whatever it is. Whatever the DAO votes for, we will do and we will build. And there's plenty of funds available to really build, not just within the DragonX community and kingdom. We're not maxis. We love dragons, of course, but we're not dragon maxis. We are Titan X maxis, and we are fair launch maxis.
All right. And I see that you're making the Hydra miners a publicly callable function.
Yeah. So when you start, and we've actually changed the percentages. So I think if you're in some of those the protocols, like if you call buy and burn, it's generally not profitable. You pay $8, so you pay $12, you get back $8, but you still do it anyways. We've got this adjusted so that it can be anywhere from 3% to 5.3% to 5%. So if rather than the protocol always calling it because it's a loss, we're going to change it so that people can actually make money on it. People are going to be waiting for it, just like when you're sitting there waiting for those E280, buy and burns, because some of them are still profitable. Some people are just waiting. I wait there. I personally wait there and hit them. So the public function will be able to start and claim new Hydra miners, publicly called. Anybody can do that. And like I said, there's going to be a great incentive for it.
Awesome. Ooh,
The diagram. So the diagram is very difficult to go over on stream, but what we like to say is the diagram is what we just covered in those past 5-6 pages. At the very top, you got, how do you start? Well, you mint with ETH or Titan X. You may or may not have gotten a minting bonus, but it doesn't really matter whether you did or not. You continue down through. There's a breakdown of, it's really too small for me to read on my laptop monitor. It's kind of the breakdown of.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's my eyes are not what they used to be a couple decades ago.
Well,
So
it's okay.
kind
I mean, the main point of a white paper is not to read it, word for word.
Yeah.
People are encouraged to read and investigate it themselves. We're just giving you a sort of a top level overview of the whole thing.
We're giving you the top level. That is very well stated, Mo. So over there on the left-hand side, you've basically got the transaction texts. So there's the transaction text. You got the reflections. The reflections are the points 1.5, 3, 4.5, and 6. And then there's a couple fixed taxes that don't change. On the far left, on the far right, you got a couple liquidity pieces over there. Liquidity web. It's kind of a small liquidity web compared to Element 280, that's for sure. As you go the whole way down, let's go down to the middle, right down there into the triangle. This is kind of like, this is the Hydra triangle, the Hydra pyramid, if you will. So there's a minimum of 4 Hydra miners started with that 11% of the mint, and then there can be up to 20 Hydra miners running at any one time. If the protocol is fantastically successful and sustainable and lasts a very long time, we could hit that 2,000 miner limit in a wallet. But don't worry, we got an admin key in there that we could swap to another wallet. So there's no worry about the protocol bricking or locking or anything up like that. Over on the left, there is a very miniaturized chart of minting bonus. So holding Babydragonx, holding Dragonx, or holding Dragonx NFTs, and then you're qualified for some bonus of a type. And then finally, bottom right, the purpose of the scale token, literally I can't read any of those words, but what I'm going to say is the purpose of the scale token is to bring value to the DragonX kingdom in general, and specifically to Babydragonx. You can still buy, stop in the Babydragonx Telegram. You will see buy streaming in every couple minutes. A lot of those are new buyers. A lot of those are Element 280 and just some of them are bots that are going in and out. We are earning so much LP fees. Now, the LP fees is a public callable function, but because I was a very new founder back in February, there's no incentive fee built in there. I didn't ask for one, nor did I know how to check for one. So I always call it's only like $8 to call. So last time I called it, we got $10,000. It's Dragonx. It all goes into the buy and burn. I'm not sure how much is in our buy and burn, but we haven't even turned it on for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. The strategy is to.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good problem to have. What a possible strategy will be is we kick off scale and we see how it goes. Right? Maybe it starts off slow, maybe it starts off fast, but at that point, I would love to kick off some buy and burn. Right? Now, there's so much volume happening at this point. How hot do we run the buy and burn? Is it $1,000 every 8 minutes? Is it $1,000 an hour? Whatever the number's in, we want to reduce the supply. So we want a nice ratio there. We want to reduce the supply because you do not have enough Babydragonx, just like you don't have enough Titanex. And we'll just wrap this whole thing up with so the ethos of scale is really fair launch, DAO functions. Whole thing about Dragon Blood optimization. I love that came from a community member suggestion. So we want everything with scale to benefit the Dragon community, the Dragon Kingdom, Babydragonx, and we wanted to really reward the holders. Dragon Blood, Dragonborn, all those types of things. So yeah, we're excited to be doing a couple firsts. We were the first DAO in Dragonx. We were the first DAO in all of Titanex. We were the first to build on Dragonx. We're now the first to do reflections, and we're first to have our smart contracts calling other smart contracts in the ecosystem. We like to be first. It's a risk to be first. It's absolutely a risk to be first, but it's also exciting to be first. And we hope that this encourages innovation, new founders to come in with great ideas, current founders to come up with new things to call others. Imagine, if you will, that we've got not only a lot of founders creating things, but the smart contracts are interacting with each other. It's the next level above liquidity webs. I'll leave you with that.
Perfect. That's awesome. So can I ask you, did you have this idea from the very beginning? I think you kind of touched on it. This was
So I wanted to launch a protocol. Like I've been itching to launch a protocol for ever since we did the 77X, and then we had a lot of money. We had tons of future rewards, and then we had lots of money in grant. I wanted to launch something, and I was the first. Obviously, I was the first one to say, "We're doing it. We're going to spend the money." But the idea I had was not as good as this one. So we basically had a vote for your best, throw your best idea out there, and then we took a vote of like the top 8. I think it was the top 8, and this one came out the very top. Like this one had the majority of the votes. And when I first looked at it, I said, it's too complicated. So what and a lot of people agreed that it was too many pieces. This is a simplified version of what the initial ideation was from that little group. This is a simplified version. So because I said, we got to make it simple for the participants. And we can't make it too complex in the back end, because the more complex it is, the riskier it is, and then it just gets too expensive. So this is a pared down protocol. Very little of this was my original idea. No, very, very, very little. A lot of community effort in this one. A lot of community effort.
little tip right there.
So Hector Titan Polsigan, he actually, he's very good at this type of thing. In fact, he's been a big proponent of scale. He's come up with a lot of the ideas and a lot of the ways to scale things up and back. He's come up with a lot of those. Not all of it, for sure, not all of it, but he always comes up with these good points. And he actually gave me a couple bullet points, of which I don't know if I've talked about all of them yet. So Trust Titan X plan. What's a Trust Titan X plan say? That was my vote. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So Trust Titan X plan. He or she knows. It was extremely. It was 3 pages of a summary. Imagine how much that was. 3 pages of a summary. So, it's really, the scale protocol is going to be. We believe it's a strong product fit within Dragonx ecosystem. You don't have to sell your Dragonx. You don't have to sell your BDX. And you don't have to do all those things to switch the products. We support the growth access across multiple projects through liquidity pairs. That's one. We offer rewards over time. You build your scale bag, and you will continue to earn passive rewards. I love the idea of what Dude did over there with Element X, Element 280. Sustainable rewards with NFTs. The Dragon Horde will not sell our NFTs. I've already said that. Like, I haven't said we can't sell them. I've said I don't want to put that to a DAO vote. We don't want to sell those. Why would you sell, or like, why would you kill the golden goose that just to get that one more golden egg?
Why would you sell your baby?
Why would you sell the baby? Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. All those kind of things. Yeah,
love it.
Now, one thing about taxes. So, and you mentioned this earlier, Mo. As usual, you're ahead of the game. So initially, nothing on taxes, right? Babydragonx, no tax. Titan X, no tax. Dragonx, no tax. Helios, no tax. Now we're in a mature ecosystem, and the right type of fair launch token with a tax that benefits the community in a sustainable method, taxes have their place. So I think we've come a long way. I think we've really come a long way.
Yeah, I never in my wildest dreams would have thought you could make a protocol with tax, and then, because I never thought about it before, but then you'd build this liquidity web that would then incentivize the RBots to always play it, where you're just paying yourself off the RBots. That's wild.
I love it when the machine economy is paying us. You've heard of what is this called? Universal Basic Income, UBI. Now, there's a lot of pieces to UBI, and is it government funded? Is it whatever? It's possible that AI will be able to fund some basic income. There's already small projects running all over the world. I would like to start one of my own. It will not be related to Babydragonx, but I would love to have AIs creating value where the people actually can choose what the AI does, or like give it a little bit of funds, and let it go out and do things, or the AI goes out and finds its own things to do. Agentic AI, agentic networks. This is the way of the future. The machine economy is absolutely the way of the future. So I'll just leave it there. In the future, I will personally be collaborating with some people to do those, because I want to be in on that. I want to be in on that.
Where do you see us going forward? We just passed 369. We got the magic November 8th, the mythical demarcation of hyperinflation starting then.
Right.
We got the new year and 2025 and the whole bull run ahead of us. Where do you see this all going? Is this just going to go bonkers?
I think it's going to go bonkers. However, I have a contrarian opinion about ETH price. So ever since the last ETH upgrade, so much benefit has gone to the L2s. Like, the L2 fees are very, very low. ETH still has fantastic volume, but I don't think Gwei is going to ever go out of control again. I'm not saying it'll never hit 180 again, but I don't think we're going to rush off to 10,000. I think we'll have steady growth, but the 2x and the 3x I think is very, very doable. When people say 10x, I feel like, wow, that's super optimistic. I'm not saying it will never happen, but I don't believe we need a 10x in Ethereum to get to all the places we're going. I believe that as new founders are coming in, as more Titan X is being burnt up and locked away, These lobbies have done fantastically well. These things like AwesomeX, where you can build upon it, have done fantastically well. Babydragonx has had some good runs, and we intend Scale to be another good run and continue. I think if we continue to bring more people in, that's the key. That's the key. Bring more people into TitanX. Let them evaluate it for themselves, just like all of us did. Back when we joined, whether it was day 1 or day 33 or day 60, it was easier to join back then because, you could actually see the miners and the ROI percentages. Now it's complex. There's a lot of pieces. You can go to Element 280 and hit the easy button, but there's still a lot of stuff to think about. There's still a lot of stuff going on.
It's funny. I would almost argue the opposite right now, because in the beginning you had to trust your own feelings and intuitions, and you had to believe that the math and the code was going to play out. And now you can see it like a chart that's moving into the future. So I mean, yes, it's a much more complicated system, but for me, it's a much easier sell. Like I don't have any problem right now showing people the chart of the last 3 months and having them get in TitanX, as opposed to telling them from month 1 to month 7, no, it's going to work out. It's a time and a math-based thing with adoption, and we're going. Yeah, for me, I feel like it's much easier now, but it is not to take away what you're saying. It is a much different system and a much more complicated system if you jump into it fresh in and you don't know what you're doing. I had someone actually ask in chat what he should do, and I was like, buy TitanX and then start learning. And while you're learning, your TitanX will work for you. But just start with TitanX, and then from there, start dipping your toes in after that. But
okay, we're going to do one more giveaway really quick. I think you've probably got to go. You probably have a hard stop, Mo. So we're going to do one more quick giveaway. And the giveaway, this is only for the people live, because no one else, well, you might know this from other previous lives. Who was the first streamer, whether it's a KOL, influencer, whatever you want to call, who was the first streamer, the first KOL that I saw interviewing Jack Levin for Zen? Who was that streamer? Let's see who gets it. I have to do a refresh.
I don't know if I know that, because I don't know if I watched that stream all the way through. There's so many streams that I have to put everything on like 1.5 speed and listen to it. I can't even catch them.
Trust TitanX Plans has got it though. It says Crypto Kindness.
Nah, I was wondering, because Crypto Kindness was actually, it's funny that you say that. He was my introduction into fair crypto in general. He was my introduction to Zen. He was the guy who taught me how to use a MetaMask with his videos. I mean, that was my beginnings in a DeFi was Crypto Kindness. So I have yet to really tell him how much I owe everything of my start to his start to what he does. But I mean, if he hadn't done his videos and didn't do what he did, I wouldn't be here. 100%.
Yeah. I mean, same very, very similar thing. Like for TitanX, he's how I saw it. Like I happen to have all the notifications on, and here's something silly. Here's how poorly I looked at. Like I saw like a green sign that said TitanX 28% buy and burn or whatever it was. It was like big block letters, and I thought, what a cheap looking sign. Like, what did that poster like? How can it possibly be any good? Look at how bad. Literally, I evaluated TitanX before I saw Crypto Kindness. I evaluated it based on that first black-green poster. Can you believe it? It's a terrible way to evaluate protocols, just by looking at a poster. But
you read a book by its cover. How dare you?
I did, and I thought that looks like somebody put $10 into it. How wrong I was.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know why? The very first reason why I looked at it is I love being contrarian. And I was a kid that going through school, whatever fad there was, you can bet your ass I didn't do it. I hated following the crowd. And all of a sudden there's this crowd backlash against Jake. And I was like, let me check that out. What are they talking about? And then I read the white paper and I was like, what are these guys talking about? This seems genius. So yeah. But that was my first was like, oh, people are fudding and it's loud. Let me see what they're fighting about. Maybe this is real.
Might be something good over here. I think earlier on I said we wouldn't do duplicate winners, but we have to do a duplicate winner on this one because it was the first one. It was correct, and we're just going to do it. So trust Titan X plan. Even though I'm fairly sure you did win before, please put your X handle. Please type your X handle after there, so we can take another screenshot of it. And you will need to DM me at JC Tech Future. Who I had set to type our note here to the builder team. Okay, and I will just type trust Titan X plan. Please
Trust
DM.
Titan X plan. Drop your X handle and DM him.
Yep. And I have just done it. I have just listed it there. Like I said, my memory's not perfect. This has been like a long stream. It's been a great stream, an exciting stream. And I can't believe we got that whole crowd on there. That's literally the best part for me. It was a great place for everyone to like share their views and their ideas, and a bit of validation. Like, you know, they didn't just join just to talk. They joined because they're interested in the innovation that's happening within the Titan X ecosystem. So
100%.
that's good stuff.
100%. James, we'll give you the last words, sir. This is your stream. This is your baby. Why don't you send us off?
Yeah. So what I would say is it is never too late to participate in a new protocol. So if you missed Dragonx when it was a 1-to-1, if you missed Babydragonx when it was a 1-to-1 with Titan X, if you missed getting in one of these other, if you miss getting in Helios, if you miss getting in A, B, C, D, E, it is not too late to be first in a new protocol. The next one coming out will be Scale. There'll be another protocol coming out on November 8th after that, and another one after that. Check out Scale. Stop in our Telegram. We've got a Babydragonx Telegram, and then what's like a subtopic of Scale. Stop in there, ask your questions, find out what this is all about. You get to know me from these streams, and I am committed to make Scale very valuable for Babydragonx holders. Not just, it was my first thing I've ever built to this level, and I want all of the holders. There's a lot of them now. There's 440, 450 holders. I want everyone to build great value with their Babydragonx. Take profits as you go up. It's not real till you take profits. I appreciate all of you. Mo, I appreciate you most of all. Thanks for taking all this time. Great to be here.
Have a great weekend, everybody.